leave it there. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Marina, and today's video is, as you can see, a DIY tutorial for my last year's Halloween costume. If you haven't guessed already, Violet Beauregarde. And a little disclaimer, yes, this look is inspired from the movie, of course, but from Ellie Addis for the makeup and just the idea to become Violet for Halloween last year. Honestly, had the funnest time making this costume, shopping for the costume, putting on the wig and doing the makeup, and making this golden ticket DIY, which I will show you how to make. And also the back saying, I'm Violet Beauregarde. I'm a gum chewer mostly, but when I heard about these ticket things, I laid off the gum, switched to candy bars. And this represents her gum that she, you know, sticks behind her ear when she goes to try the blueberry pie and ice cream. So if you want to learn how I did this look, just keep watching. Alrighty guys, we made it to the craft table. So this is everything we're gonna need for this DIY. Now, a few little disclaimers here. So this paper I actually did reuse from a package I got from a while back. I'm gonna do some research for you guys and leave links to some options of paper that you can use. Okay, so I took the time to take off this piece of paper. So I don't know if you can hear that, but it's pretty thick. Because to be honest, this itself, the copying of the golden ticket, took 2 hours, and I honestly do not want to do that all over again. But it was definitely a challenge and kind of fun to actually make it. If you want to be creative, go ahead and go for it and remake that. Or I will leave more convenient options, and that is to just buy a golden ticket. But I think it's just really fun and shows your creative side if you decide to make it. So the reason why I recommend not only just buying a piece of paper for your golden ticket is because that when you're out trick-or-treating or going out to a party of some sort, it's a nice addition when you have somewhere to put your belongings. You will take your gold piece of paper, in this case mine is already cut out, of course, whatever you're going to attach it to, which is optional. I did get this from Value Village. This pouch is a makeup pouch that is from Ipsy, so feel free to check out, you know, your closet, your bathroom for any pouches or even a clutch if you would like to donate it for this DIY to use to attach your golden ticket onto. Now, take your gold paper. What I did to get this exactly to match my pouch is I first took the paper and I laid it upside down. I took my pouch and I laid it on top. This is where the pencil comes in. I took the pencil and I traced the outside. Next, I took this back off. Now, I only hot glued one side. Take your ticket and line it up with that one side and press down. Make sure not to burn yourself. Do not put it directly on the edge because when you squeeze it will spread, so leave room for that. I like to do that for one side and try to match up the pouch with the lines as best as I can. Okay, so the ticket is officially on there. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna reopen the pouch and take out the item that you put in there. So just Google Wonka Golden Ticket and go to images. Now there's gonna be a lot of options. So the official one that I like to use is just this one. So you can rotate and have that side by side with you while you trace or copy, I should say, to your DIY. Get your pencil, get your ruler. So what I like to do first is I did this line first and this line first to make sure that I have enough room to write this golden ticket ensures admittance, and then making sure I have enough room to get a little, you know, fancy with my W to make sure it has room and space. After I do these two lines, what I like to do next is do this line. So I recommend doing all three lines first to kind of give you an outline. So that's when you take your ruler, straight, straight, straight lines. So after you make those three lines, you're gonna go ahead and start eyeballing on how big you want your letters. You can make your letters however big you want, but I just did it and with how much space I have. So I took about a little more than half of this total space right here for the golden ticket. I don't need much space up here because Wonka is gonna be so much smaller than the actual words golden ticket. So feel free to take up more than half of this total space. So I start with the first letter first, and then I move on to the very last letter and where I want it to stop. Then I move on to the next word. I put the first letter and then I do the very last letter of that second word to make sure that they have the space they need. So first letter, last letter of each word you are going to write first is what I recommend. So if you guys can see, this W came to the corner of the E and to the middle of the N. I took note of that and I put dots on where I want the W to kind of stop at. Then when it came to like this little swirly part where it kind of came in contact with the line, again, I use a lot of dots and I put dots on where I want the very top of that to stop, or I guess to end, and I put those dots there. After this area is done, I moved on to this row. I just kind of looked on my case of like where the ticket would be split into thirds. So what I did first is obviously write February 1st, 10 a.m. sharp, and front gates first before writing this. After you pencil everything in, you're gonna get your puffy paint and you're just gonna trace all your pencil work. Move very slow and steady if you can. For very fine writing or lines, you want to tilt it sideways like this. And I will show you like that. Now for thicker writing, you're gonna wanna turn it like this to fill in like the golden ticket letters. You're gonna want to face them up. But if you're moving towards the edges and want finer lines, definitely tilt it sideways. And that's how you get the two different sizes of lines. Okay, moving on. After you finished the lines, the golden ticket, and these letters down here, you're gonna go in with your Sharpie at this point, and you're gonna use, like I said, a ultra fine point. It does not have to be a Sharpie as long as you have this fine point. So that's what I use for these words: date, time, place, this golden ticket ensures admittance. You can screenshot this if you'd like. So this is an actual quote from the movie from Violet, so I just had to put this on here. Okay, so let's move on to the gum. So you just kind of go with the flow, just do what you can. Now that's what I did. I didn't know what I was doing. It was a last minute decision. So what I did is you're just gonna use hot glue to make the gum. So just start like piling it. Hopefully you have enough on hand to make this. So what you're gonna do is make a pile of glue like this. You're gonna wanna let it dry because as you saw, it kind of blended all together because it was so hot. As it cools down, you'll be able to handle it more and to make it like look like somebody was chewing it. As you start to mess with it and let it cool down and clump it together, it's gonna start bunching up like this. And we're gonna keep repeating this step until we get the desired look of our chewed gum. So if you want it to be pretty noticeable and big, keep doing the glue over and over. So make sure that when you go and do this project that you have enough of the glue sticks on hand. So as you can see, it's starting to form. Now that we made a mountain, we're gonna start using less and less glue at this point. And you're just kind of drop it in areas and let it dry. Now don't be scared when it looks like this. I know it looks kind of funky, but you're totally fine. So at this point, you're gonna wanna get something to paint on. You're gonna get your pink acrylic paint and your paint brushes out. And all I did was drop some paint on top of the hot glue gun gum and just start working at it and dabbing at it and pushing it into the creases and crevices. So just leave this here to dry, and then once it's dry, we will go ahead and attach it. Pick your favorite side. Pick your preference of paint if you would like. I decided on mine that I was going to paint the edges gold just to kind of blend in with the gold paper. So just put your glue and then just simply place on your gum. Alright, and that's it, and that's how you make this DIY Wonka Golden Ticket clutch. For the costume, you're going to need a watch. It's optional. In the movie, I do recall her wearing a watch, so I went to Value Village and I picked this bad boy up. It does not work, but it's a digital watch used for athletic reasons. This wig I picked up from Spirit Halloween. I paid $15 for this. If you go onto their website, you can get a coupon for 20% off. Next thing you're gonna need is a matching blue set. Now, mine is both from the same company, Juicy Couture. I thrifted both. I actually picked up the jacket first. I found at Value Village. I found the pants on Vinted. It is an app that you can sell used clothing. So whatever you find, make sure that you get at least a solid blue outfit. But this is the one I found. It is probably closer to a turquoise. Now the watch I have is definitely a violet color, but you just work with what you have, obviously, and buy what you can to make this outfit work.
Your whole nose has gone purple.
What do you mean?
Violet, you're turning violet. What's happening?
So we are here at our little setup. Or to be honest, like, okay, I am not a makeup guru at all. I don't consider myself like that great at makeup. I think I'm mediocre, but also I don't do everything according to, you know, how makeup gurus do their makeup and like different brushes and, you know, certain setting of the powder. I'm like, okay, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Can you tell? So anyway, we are just gonna go into what I did for my costume makeup. My main inspiration was from Ellie Addis, so all credit goes to her. Now I'm gonna just do my own techniques and such for this look because I'm not gonna be using any of the same products she used for her makeup. For my look last year, I used these little things that I just found randomly. Those cubes are not available for people to purchase, so I didn't think that was kind of like fair for me to do the makeup while using something that you can't even buy, or I don't even know where it's from, I should say. So I decided to just get the Morphe James palette, James Charles, of course. And yeah, it's humongous, so we're just gonna dive right into it. And I've never used this palette before, and I'm gonna be attempting to recreate the look from last year. So let's hope it turns out awesome. So anyway, yeah, here are all the colors. We're gonna use mainly the blues, the purples, and the pinks. I'm gonna pull up my picture from last year. I'm just gonna go off of that. So that's my makeup look from last year. Let's get started. I don't use anything fancy, to be honest. Like, I'm just your normal everyday girl that just uses what she has. We're not like super special here. We're just simple and easy. Whatever you got, use it. We're just going to attempt to do our best, right? The thing you want to avoid, I should say, is making it like kind of look like a star, if you know what I'm talking about. Hello, like from SpongeBob. What's his name? Mermaid Man? Yeah, you don't want to be looking like Mermaid Man. So I'm going to go in with shade Brother and Cola, which are these two darker shades, which in my opinion are closer to violet than any color on here. So we're going to dive in with those. I'm really new to this James Charles palette, so oh gosh, it looks really pigmented. When I did that, I just felt like I ruined my makeup, you know what I'm saying? I know you can get more color if you use your finger, so let's, oh yeah, much better. Okay, so let's do that. Just go in with your finger, don't be scared, and just dab. Press in that color. Oh my gosh, be careful. Like, if you're like me, I have really big pores on my nose, so it's really gonna like make them stand out. So make sure you pack that color in there to kind of hide it, because that's what I have to do. So, okay. I look like I have a disease. Yeah, it's really important to use your finger for this step, and the reason is because, especially if you don't want to go get you know, Halloween face paint, you know what? This is a perfect color, like violet color, shade Brother. So Brother is pulling through. Yeah, that actually, I didn't even need to use Cola. And I'm referring to the color. So this is Cola right here, and the one I use for my nose is this shade, is Brother, like I've been mentioning. And yeah, I think it's a perfect base for this makeup look. All right, so as we're getting closer, so we're gonna blend upward towards my eyebrow. So like I said, so you don't end up looking like, you know, Mermaid Man from SpongeBob, because you will get made fun of. That, I think a lot of people were doing this look, and then there's like a lot of memes, and not memes, just like a lot of references to Mermaid Man from this Halloween makeup look, which was like hilarious. So we're gonna try to avoid that as best as we can, not looking like a triangle, but actually make it look like it's spreading, you know. So don't be afraid to get near your eye. Yeah, make sure you get your nostrils too, and then start blending down, but don't give yourself like a blue mustache, okay? Don't do that. I'm maybe gonna like kind of go to like my eyelid just a little bit, not too much, because obviously I'm gonna end up putting pink on my lid. So I'm gonna actually be blending in the pink with the violet color we're using here. And then I'm gonna go kind of like underneath my eyebrow a little bit. Even if you blend it into your eyebrow, that's totally fine. I have microbladed eyebrows, so I really don't have to do them if anyone's asking, so it's not gonna really mess them up. And now if you do your eyebrows and you have to fill them in and this messes up your brows, don't do it. But for me, it's fine. You can't overblend, so if you feel like you need to blend like me, just keep going. So now I'm gonna go in with the shade Acapella, which is directly under the shade we use, Brother. We're gonna use this to highlight our blueberry nose, because glam is adding a pretty highlight to your nose. I love highlighting the side of my nose. I don't think a lot of people like doing that, but that's something that I like to do. And you do you. So if you don't like it, don't do it. But try to get a shimmery blue of some sort and use it as your highlight. We're gonna move on to the eyelid for now, and then we're gonna come back to the nose in a sec. So I'm gonna take my concealer and just kind of dab a little bit on the back of my hand. I use Tarte Shape Tape, which obviously is a really big hit for a lot of people and a must-have. Where is my beauty blender? Rude. So now I'm just gonna add a little bit of concealer to my lid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do purple, like a dark purple on the outside, and kind of fade into pink. Now I don't normally do my eyeshadow that good, and look at, I use the same brush. So that's what I mean by like, I don't do things according to the rule book, so to speak. So sorry, but I just do me, honestly. That's why I don't share like my makeup. But yeah, like I said, we do things real simple here. Let me try to just figure out and decide what shade I'm gonna use. Go in with Escape, and it's this dark purple color right here, and it's a matte. That on the outer corner, and then blending into the crease and upward towards the brow bone. Now you can get a piece of tape and like line it. You can get a ruler, stick it there while you blend. I mean, I'm not really picky right now, so I'm just gonna throw it in there and just blend it out. I know I'm like really bad, I'm sorry guys, but I'm being real, you know. We're just being honest that that's just how it is for me. I had more eyeshadow brushes, but recently they kind of all fell apart, so I threw them away. This is the main reason why I only have one brush. So if anyone wants to send me recommendations, because I would definitely love to go buy some. I just don't know which ones to buy. So send your recommendations to me. Thank you very much. But in this case, yeah, I would definitely be needing to use different brushes, but I just don't have any right now. This is literally my only one, and this one, because my other ones are just, yeah, they bailed on me, you know. We're going to mix Single and Love That, and we're going to start blending them together on the lid, I should say, but in the center. Single, ready to mingle. Well, your girl's not single. If you guys don't know that about me, I'm not single. I am married, but I've been with my husband for the last 7 years. We're actually coming up on 8 years this January 2020. You know what should be a challenge on YouTube? Doing your makeup with one single brush. I would slay, because that's literally all I do. I've been using the same makeup brush for my nose and my eyelid. How fun. By the way, this is like the most vibrant eye look I've ever done in my entire life, because your girl's never owned a bright ass palette like this. Okay, so now I'm gonna take Love That, which is a fuchsia. And we're gonna put that mainly focused in the center, moving towards the inner eyelid. Like if I'm gonna switch colors with only using one brush, I just kind of rub it out in my hand or a paper towel. It's slightly damp, not really much. So we're just gonna I'm gonna go in the inner corner with this hot pink color right here in the bottom, called Skip. We're gonna move into the detailing of it. So for the veins, I'm just gonna use blue. Even blend out the lines past your eyeshadow. I don't know if you can see that, like what I'm doing. But I'm literally making squiggly lines, but very lightly. Start super light so that you're not having to try to fix it. Just start really light. And making sure, like I said, go past where you blended. Make the veiny look going up your part of your forehead, I should say. It matches the best with the color on my nose, so just use that for the vein. Like my lower lash line, I'm gonna use purple liner and drag that along the bottom. Oh, this is Urban Decay, by the way. I did my eyeliner, I put on my false lashes. I did add some highlight to my brow bone here, And I did put some here and then reapplied the blue, so it was a little bit more, I don't know, intense. So what you're gonna need is just a comb to like comb back your hair, and make sure you have a wig cap for your wig, and then some bobby pins to place hairs back, to hold the wig in place, yada yada yada, very important. And of course the wig. So I got mine from Spirit Halloween. Okay, so now we're gonna put the cap on. So pull your hair back. Honestly, I don't know the proper way to do this, so this is just my way of doing it. So anyway, I had really long hair at the time last year when I put this wig on, so we should still be able to do this. I have shorter hair now. Whoops. Okay, so I combed everything back. I'm going to take my hairband and tie my hair kind of like in the back middle part of my head, and then I'm gonna flip this up to here, to the top of my head. And then we're going to get the bobby pins and just start pinning. We're just gonna deal with that. So this is what we have. I'm gonna take my wig cap and then go from the back and then to the front. You're gonna get pieces coming out and it's totally fine. I'm just gonna pick it up and just kind of comb backwards and then just place those hairs in the cap, kind of covering the top part of my ear just a little bit. This is probably what I would look like if I was bald. And just kind of comb it a little bit. I'm gonna start putting it on my head as I pull down. Well, my bangs did not make it. I look like almost like Will Byers from Stranger Things. Ooh, pull out those bangs, okay? Oops. Oh. Okay. Hold on. We can't see. Okay. Violet is here. All right, and there we have it. The wig is on. We're ready to roll. Now let's get the costume.
Watch this.
So anyway, here's my cat again. I swear she's always trying to make an appearance, a little BB cameo. So that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos that are coming up, and stick around. Subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on my Instagram at bbmar. It's BBEEMAR. And I will be posting this look I did in this video. I hope you guys have a great Halloween. Have fun recreating this look. If you are going to recreate it, please share it with me. I'd love to see. And other than that, what are you guys planning to be for Halloween? Because I love seeing people's costumes. So share that down in the comments and what you're gonna be for Halloween. It's so exciting when Halloween comes to see everyone's costume. It's probably like the best part, other than the candy. But yeah, anyway, she wants to go cuddle now, so we're gonna leave and go to bed, and I will catch you guys later. So bye.